After much talks, after much politics, we now have Devin Haney set to face George Kambosos in Melbourne, Australia for the undisputed championship of the world. But let's all not forget that George Kambosos, after he beat Teofimo Lopez, he promised that he would face Devin Haney next. But of course, politics got in the way and George Kambosos looked to face Lomachenko instead. And unfortunately, we all know why Lomachenko and Kambosos weren't able to fight, and my prayers definitely go out to the people in the Ukraine and especially Lomachenko. And now more than ever, Devin Haney is finally getting the opportunity to prove that he is not quote-unquote an email champion, and he's going for undisputed, as well as Kambosos respects the agreement. The disrespect that Devin Haney has been receiving as the WBC's champion is truly disgusting and it's really uncalled for. But if he beats George Kambosos, will the disrespect continue? Most people believe that Kambosos chose to fight Lomachenko instead because he felt like he had a better chance of beating Lomachenko rather than Devin Haney, which in my opinion, I think that's ridiculous. I feel that Kambosos chose Lomachenko because he felt like he would get more credit for beating Lomachenko rather than Devin Haney. Let's not forget, George Kambosos not too long ago was the overwhelming underdog against Teofimo Lopez, and a lot of people still believe that that win over Teofimo Lopez was a fluke, so he still has a lot to prove, not only as the unified champion, but for himself. As soon as he beat Teofimo Lopez, a lot of people were saying that he's not going to be unified champion for too much longer. And whether he faced Lomachenko or Devin Haney, he's still going to be the underdog. To be real, any of the top 135 pounders, he's still going to be the underdog against them. Against Loma, Tank, Devin, who will George Kambosos be the favorite over? None of those guys. And the general consensus is that even if Devin Haney is to outbox George Kambosos in Melbourne, Australia by dominant fashion, he might get robbed. If Devin Haney edged out a win in a decision, he's going to get robbed. Most people believe that Devin Haney will need the knockout in this fight, and we know in Devin's last couple fights, he hasn't been able to get the knockout, although he said he was. But I think we all can agree that Devin Haney isn't a power puncher. He's just a very skillful fighter. And I'm sure Devin Haney is planning on beating George Kambosos. And if he is, he will not only have to dominate and outbox George Kambosos, he's going to have to beat him up, and a stoppage will be the icing on the cake. And as we can see with George Kambosos Jr., this man is no easy task for anyone. On paper, we see that George Kambosos may look a certain way, but in the ring, he rises to the occasion, as we seen in the biggest fight of his life against Teofimo Lopez. And this time, he's going to be in front of his hometown crowd, which gives him another boost. I truly hope and pray that this fight is called straight down the middle, and whoever is the true winner gets that victory and is the new undisputed champion of the world and will be the 7th undisputed champion of the 4-belt era. Before I end this video, I want to talk about the WBA ordering Gervonta Davis versus George Kambosos, and will that still be in effect if Devin Haney is to defeat George Kambosos Jr.? I really don't know how it works per se, but in the comment section below, you guys can let me know. I really want to know because I would really like to see Gervonta Davis versus Devin Haney, but Devin Haney has a task at hand versus George Kambosos Jr., so we will see if and when the time comes. Now, if you like this video, please like this video. Make sure you subscribe. Follow me on my social media platforms, Instagram and Facebook, and thank you for watching.